Hey, welcome to another episode of The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media by highlighting the amazing real estate and lifestyle in this country. We've got an amazing show for you today covering a global story, national stories, and even local stories from your own backyard. Let's get The American Dream started right now.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Part of the American Dream is dreaming big. On today's episode, we're going to visit Anguilla, a little island off of the South Coast where Richard Steinberg, top broker out of New York City, shows us around the Four Seasons. We took the American Dream crew out there. And why? Because part of the American Dream is being able to travel, spend time with your loved ones, even time with yourself. You're going to love what we have to show you about Anguilla. Let's check this out right now. The American Dream for years has been defined as something we achieve through sacrifice, risk-taking, and hard work. But in newer times, people have come to realize that the American Dream is also a matter of time. Time for family, time for friends, time to reconnect with yourself. And Anguilla might just be the ideal place for that. So the question is, if money can't buy you happiness, can it buy you something even more valuable? Time. As we pull up to this Four Seasons, the first thing you think is how beautiful it is.
You come through these big gates, you see these amazing villas, and they park the car, and from there on out, it's golf carts only throughout the resort.
As I'm walking up to the Four Seasons for the first time, I realize I have never seen a resort like this. It's so clean, it's so modern. There's not a door in the hotel or resort. It's just open air. You know, it's a place that like only a climate like this could afford for.
When you walk around the resort, the colors that you see are always like a blended tone of beige, grays, whites, and then that's a backdrop against the turquoise that you see in the ocean and the sky. It almost doesn't look like it's real.
You just get hit with this feeling of just calm and serenity, where you look out over this beautiful ocean and all of a sudden like everything just slows down immediately and you're in paradise.
Something about me and you that makes it work like we do, so unpredictable.
You know, we're bringing Anastasia Ashley along on this trip because Anastasia Ashley has become a voice for beach living and ocean living all over the world. You know, millions of people follow her all over social media as really an expert in what the best beaches, the best surf breaks, the best coastal lifestyle is. And so we thought at The American Dream, bringing Anastasia Ashley into this, we would give people a glimpse not only into the Four Seasons Anguilla, but bring not just experts in real estate, but experts in lifestyle.
The best kept secret in the Caribbean is definitely Anguilla. I've been all over the world, seen so many beaches, and I gotta say that this place definitely lives up to the hype.
We have the most amazing beaches in the world.
What I'm going to do, I think, is take you on a tour.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the show in Anguilla, but let's not forget, it's called The American Dream for a reason. Let's talk about our country. This is a national TV show that highlights cities all across the country. Let's go check out what's happening in your backyard right now.
Hey, this is Paul Young, broker owner of Young Real Estate. I'm coming to you just south of Disney World. Going to be showing you a little bit of one of the premier communities and talking to you as well about why people from all over the world want to come here and buy real estate. Orlando welcomed a record 72 million visitors last year, making it the first U.S. destination to welcome more than 70 million annual visitors, according to Visit Orlando. Providence is a 24-hour man-gated community that features a clubhouse, 18-hole championship golf course designed by Michael Dasher, tennis courts, spa, pool, fitness center, walking and biking trails, as well as a restaurant and bar. This community was actually a 5-time winner of the Grand Award for the best community by the Orlando Parade of Homes. As a brokerage, we receive calls throughout the United States and internationally about communities like this one. Why, you ask? Because they're zoned short-term rental, which makes them perfect homes to live in, as well as rent out when you're not here. Let's take a look at this one. Now, the owners of this property are actually from England. We have realtors in place that speak English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Some of the best features of this property in particular is built in 2014. It actually comes fully furnished, and there's a property manager in place that guarantees $2,500 a month. Can't ask me much more than that. This property features 2 master suites, 4 total bedrooms, 4 full baths, and all of the upgrades you could really look for with a tile roof, private pool, and granite countertops. So if you're interested in a little piece of the American dream, whether it's a property like this one or even new construction, you can give us a call, go to youngrealestate.com. We look forward to hearing from you soon, and for everybody else, we'll catch you next time.
All right, let's take it back to the island. Richard Steinberg and David Fallarino, these are 2 power players out of New York City who flew us out to Anguilla to check out this 4 Seasons. It is an amazing property. We talked to the guests, the management team, got to know that area so well, so much fun. And then we jumped on a boat. And that's not all the jumping we did. Let's go check it out.
Here with José, who's the general manager of the property and the best general manager in the Caribbean. José, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about this property, and I know you stay here personally, and what makes it so amazing, and how do you do it?
Well, it's no secret that people love coming to Anguilla because we have the most amazing beaches in the world, but what makes it really special are the Anguillans. The Anguillans have a big heart, and generations of visitors have continued to come to Anguilla because they made connections with the people here. Yeah. And they keep coming back because they want to continue to see those people and see their kids and see how they've grown throughout the years. And they feel like they're part of family. So one of the things that we like to say for our property is, we want you to feel like you belong.
The Four Seasons brand is always something that you know you can trust, but this is beyond ridiculous. Walking down the pathway, we're going to go to the Sunset Lounge. Look at this. No walls, no doors. Everywhere you look is the blue ocean. We're at Meads Bay, where it meets Barnes Bay, 2 of the most beautiful beaches in the entire Caribbean. Crazy, right? You can swim here, you can snorkel, you can go further out and scuba dive. You can even have lunches on some of the sandbars.
The Four Seasons is incredible and has a stellar reputation all over the world. Well, why is that? Because like here in the Caribbean, their hard work is put into making sure your time is entirely your own. Their core belief is that life is richer when you truly connect to the people and the world around you. David Fallarino talked to a couple of the resort guests to see what they thought about Anguilla.
I'm Andrew Newfield. This is my new wife, Erin Newfield.
Hi.
What we love most is, so we're obviously on a honeymoon, and the exclusivity, the untouched beaches, everything's beautiful. It lends itself to be a very nice, remote, relaxing vacation.
And from New York, this is so easy to get to.
Correct.
So convenient.
Yes.
Very easy. Flying direct back into JFK, so.
Amazing.
Nice and easy.
So it's our mum's 60th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so her friends picked it. Tonight we're heading to Banky Banks to hopefully see some great live music.
Oh, that's the best place on the island.
Oh, awesome.
We're here at the Four Seasons Residences. Richard Steinberg is the head of sales here. He's going to take us on a tour. Right now we're entering this 4-bedroom villa. This is on the beach, on a cliff. It is absolutely insane. Let's go inside and check everything out.
Welcome, so come on in. What I'm going to do, I think, is take you on a tour. But let's start with the entertaining floor. So you have your swimming pool and your jacuzzi. You have multiple terraces that overlook your entertaining outdoor area. Check out the private beach access. Gives you unlimited access to these miles and miles of beach.
Anguilla's laid-back culture is second to none, and we decided to take full advantage of it by taking a boat tour around the island and enjoying the views while in good company with loved ones.
I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories.
We made a pit stop at a spot famous for cliff diving. However, not all of us were brave enough to try.
I don't think I have to tell you that I didn't do it because there's no way. I'm afraid of heights. So I didn't do it. But even to watch the people climb up and jump is really cool.
Somebody had the bright idea of jumping off of a cliff. I didn't do it. I didn't partake. It was high.
You know, I'm scared to jump off the cliff. I don't know if it's because, you know, I've got a little bit of a dad bod this year, or it's because I'm not 100% certain that I can jump off a 50-foot cliff and land feet down.
Of course I jumped off the cliff. You only live once. Look, if Anastasia Ashley can do it, and Randee Sowers, my fiance, can do it, I sure as hell am going to climb up on that cliff and jump off. Yeah, I second-guessed it every step of the way, but it was a cool experience, and the water was warm, so I jumped in. It was fun.
I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories.
After a long day on the boat, it's time for some lunch. And what better place to do it than Sandy Island? This island opened in 1984 and was originally just a little shack with a basic grill and a cooler to keep the drinks cold. Today, Sandy Island has a fully functional bar where you can get all the well-made rum punches you want, and the seafood is freshly caught same day and straight to the grill.
Jojo, where are we? Sandy Island. Sandy Island. Got some mahi-mahi, some crayfish, and some shrimp. Jojo, what's the authentic Caribbean cuisine? Crayfish. Crayfish? Yeah, indigenous salmon. And who comes through here? Everybody. Stars, singers, basketball players, football players, everybody. And the only way to get here is by boat. By boat.
I love being with the American Dream team down there.
You know, the American Dream takes great care in making sure that the people telling the stories are the people who are really close to the story.
Well, I can't tell you how much we enjoyed our time in Anguilla. Look, part of the American dream is being able to spend quality time with your loved ones, and that's exactly what we did. Also, for us, it's about sharing the story with you and inspiring you. That's my hope with this show. Don't forget, though, the American dream is about highlighting real estate and lifestyle in our cities all across the country. Let's take a look at your next local market update in your city.
I'm a Tommy Lyles, an inspector, and also renovator who's renovated many homes and inspected many homes. We're going to talk about this great area of Belle Isle, the things you can and cannot do when looking at some of these older homes, when you want to renovate them and knock down walls and update them. This town, as moniker is, we're a drinking town with a boating problem. So we're going to show the lifestyle of what those people do on a day-to-day basis and why they love living in this area.
That's right, Bobby. I mean, I am an Orlando native, born and raised, and growing up, this was the chain of lakes that we went out on at every opportunity for summertime fun and any chance to get on the water, do some wakeboarding, do some water skiing, enjoy the sandbar on a nice Sunday, pull up in the shallow, clear water, and just everybody kind of floats around, and it's one big floating party.
So today we're going to be looking at 2907 Cullen Lake Shores Drive, which is on one of the canals here of this great lake. So we're going to be able to show you what can be done potentially in this house to make it your own and get you on that lake without that $1 million budget.
All right, let's go check it out.
We're over at 2907 Cullen Lake Shores, over off the Conway chain that we just got off of. So let's go check it out, Tom.
All right, sounds good.
So Tommy, most of my buyers, and I'm always talking to my buyers about some of these older homes, especially those homes built in the 70s, and some of the things we need to look for. One of those I know is electrical.
Absolutely. So, we talked earlier about Grandma's house. Good base, good strong foundation with which you can build your dream home. Well, one of those things that you might want to consider as part of the foundation is a good strong wiring system. A concern from eras of the 70s is solid strand aluminum wire. The biggest issue is it's a fire hazard. There was an issue with expansion and contraction of the wires. It causes arcing in the switches and receptacles, and not only is it a fire hazard, so it's a hazard to your family, the insurance companies are aware of that elevated hazard, and they might either decline to cover you or charge you an arm and a leg to do so. Now, I've already inspected this panel once we arrived, and we have a fully updated contemporary construction panel from a reputable company, and the home has no aluminum wire.
That's great.
So we found one of the gems here.
So Tommy, of course, kitchen's the main focal point of every home. Obviously, this one's been a little bit updated from when it was first born.
Yeah.
But of course, this is not a today kitchen.
No. The majority of the time, yes, the soffits are simply decorative. In a rare instance, there might be some HVAC mechanical run through the soffits, but when you see a room that's framed like this, where the vents aren't immediately adjacent to like the backside of a soffit, and even in these instances, you can just look right up in and see, yeah, it's just framed out with drywall. Mostly this was done just to give a cosmetic appeal. At the time, of construction, can lights were really only for mood lighting. They didn't put out enough light, and this was the way to get enough light out of a kitchen. Well, obviously, LED bulbs and everything's come such a long way in the last 30, 40 years that we can get rid of these and really open up and give that open feel that a lot of our buyers are looking for.
So obviously, too, one of the main things that people are looking for is kitchens and baths. So now we already did the kitchen, we're looking at the bath. So obviously, this is a typical 70s bathroom.
Untouched. It belongs in a museum as far as how beautifully kept and maintained it's been, and that kind of brings us back to the whole grandma's house thing that you and I are constantly talking about. When you don't have to get in and address the guts as far as plumbing or major amounts of wood rot, at that point it becomes just removal of updating the vanity.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see, usually we come into these older homes and there's holes in the walls, there's caulking, there's water damage. I mean, this is by far one of the cleanest things and a great slate, I think, to start.
Absolutely.
For somebody. So absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And again, too, when we're looking at this house, we're looking at a lot of just cosmetic things, things like paint, floor removal, moving the little things here around just to kind of make it your own.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's always opportunity out there, and I really feel this is one of those properties where you can get that opportunity. Thanks again, Tommy, for joining me today and getting your professional perspective on this home and what can and can be done in homes. I mean, Tommy has seen many, many homes as a home inspector and knows what it goes within a home to kind of make the proper changes, if you will, to make it better. Again, my name is Robert Christiano. I'm a Coldwell Banker. Thank you for joining me at American Dream TV at 2907 Cullen Lake Shores. If you're looking at this property or any other property to buy or sell or looking for a great opportunity, please give me a call.
Well, that's all for today's episode of The American Dream, where we took you global. We went to Anguilla off of the South Coast. Hope you enjoyed the time on the island like we did. Today's show is also about teaching you something even more in-depth. It's about time. Time is your most valuable asset. We got to spend quality time with power players out of New York City, and Richard Steinberg, his wife Reneé, David Fallarino, his wife Paula, Seth O'Byrne, Jessie O'Byrne, and my fiance, Randee. We all got to spend some quality time together. Money cannot buy you happiness, but time, it is your most valuable asset. Make sure you invest it wisely. That is the essence of the American Dream. As we part here today, check out some highlights from our trip, and we'll see you next week.
So my favorite part about Anguilla has to be the Four Seasons Sunset Lounge, which may be my favorite outdoor place at any hotel in the world that I've been to. I mean, this place is magical. You just go there, you hang out with friends, you can eat, you can drink, watch the most beautiful sunset, which it seems like in the world, and it is magical.
I loved being with the American Dream team down there. As far as I'm concerned, it's one of the best lifestyle programs I've ever seen. Forget being associated with. And I think it just, if it makes sense, gave me a little bit of a calmer outlook on life because the place was just so beautiful.
You know, this is such an exciting way to market new projects like this because, you know, the American Dream takes great care in making sure that the people telling the stories are the people who are really close to the story. It's not a third-party show where we talk about what someone else did. When we flew down to Anguilla, we experienced everything that we talked about. And we did so with the manager of the hotel and the bartender of the hotel and the families that live across the street from the resort. You know, we really got into the culture, and I feel like we're reporting back firsthand what it's really like. And that level of authenticity, I think, is something it's sort of rare in the media landscape, and it's really important.
Definitely come down for yourself, see what the hype's all about, because you know why? Don't take it from me, I've just been to every beach in the world, and this is on my top 10.
I really like the way the Four Seasons was designed. Now, the entire island's amazing because you really do feel unplugged. I mean, here in the U.S., we're so plugged in. We got our phones and our laptops, and it's just this 24/7 thing. You go there, and life just slows down dramatically. And what the Four Seasons does is they really bring the essence of that. So can money buy you happiness? No. No, it can't. But you work hard, and hopefully that can afford you some more time with your loved ones. And time is your most valuable asset.